Hey guys, it's the Joker. I'm sorry, I've just woke up, so I absolutely look atrocious. So mind the hurt, because it's a mess. So today, guys, we are going to do some storytelling, and we're gonna be doing Life of a Wizard. I hope you guys enjoy because it's a really good story to tell. Really good things. So I hope you guys can enjoy. Okay, guys, let me tell you my story. I wasn't always a wise and always, you know. Wizards begin their lives the same as everyone else. I was born in a small village in the Kingdom of Daria. King Norbert and Queen Audrey reigned in the capital city of Tornassa, which was many miles away from my small village. I remember the day I was born. My parents were good people. My parents still didn't want me. It was a terrible start for a baby boy. They named me Orville. I prefer Byron. If you guys think other names are better, I think Byron is quite nice. I grew up in the village of Elmvale, where nearly everyone was human, although there were a few exceptions. The entire kingdom of Daria was like that. Besides the dwarves and the Grey Mountains, the elves in the Alderheart Forest, and the orcs in the wilderness to the west. Our kingdom was very racially tolerant. When I was young, my parents and I were human. Elves, dwarves, halflings, gnomes, half-orcs, half-elves, pure-blood orcs, goblins, and trolls. I'm gonna stick with human. Nope. Yeah, human. It was comforting to be the same as everyone else. The royal family was human for a reason. We were I can't say that word. Genetically, can't say that word. Compatible with more races than any other, and made alliances quickly. Yay! I get 20 plus kingdom faction and 25 plus diplomacy. My parents weren't poor, although they never bothered to ensure that my clothes were without holes or that my shoes fit. They fought a lot, and my father was often drunk. They never hit me, but I think that was because they knew that temple priests would never allow such a thing. I was always the impression that they were waiting for me to become old and enough to move out. Even as a young child, I was drawn into the unknown. I remember my first magical experience. Even though I was only 5 years old, I didn't know where my parents were, but I wandered off alone into the forest, graveyard, temple, villages. I think I'll stick with the forest. But I wandered off alone into the forest. I remember when I wasn't scared. It was a wonderful adventure to me. I wandered through the trees and met some pixies. The little sprites flew around giggling. They told me stories about the past. Blah 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 blah. The little sprites flew around giggling. They taught me to bend light. It was a trick of the mind. It was also my very first cantrip. The Fey folk were very kind to me. I get plus 10 illusion, which is very sick. At the age of 7, I made a friend. Childhood friends are special since they remain a part of your life for the rest of your life. Even after you've grown apart, my best friend was a boy. His name was I'll go with Anton. Anton was a halfling. Sounds right. We got along really well. Even though I was a human and Anton was a halfling, we spent a lot of time together. Prince Gareth and the heir to the royal throne was 17 at the time. His younger sister, Princess Emily, was 2 years younger. I sometimes pretended I was Prince Gareth. Anton and I had often played at being royalty among other games. We were nearly inseparable. We used to play magic games in the forest. Anton was a bad influence to me, and I think I'll go with we used to play, fight, and have imaginary battles. We pretend we were knights fighting dragons. We also wrestled in rough house a lot. So I got +5 fighting and +5 warcraft and +2 body. There was a bully in my village who was a few years older than me, yes. Even I had this kind of trouble when I was a child. It terrorized my childhood. She terrorized my childhood. Her name was... we'll go with Natasha. Her name was Natasha. Natasha was a... we'll go with half orc. I don't like orcs. Orcs were always known to be aggressive. It was a pity that Natasha fulfilled that stereotype. She got orc fraction. Well, we got orc fraction -10, which is stupid. I remember the first day Natasha started picking on me. I kicked her shins and ran away. I tried reasoning with bully. I didn't want to be bullied my entire life, so I started exercising. I tried to tell Natasha, no, I'm not that mean. I'll go with the exercising one. I was beaten up that day, but I didn't want it to happen again. So I got +5 body, +5 fighting. I was 7 years old when I started noticing the difference between boys and girls. I was attracted to boys. That was the year I met a very special boy. It was a very lovely year for me. Even though I had Anton to play with. Well, that sounds really wrong. Man is too personality. Well, that sucks. Sorry. Life in Elmville was pleasant, and it was a beautiful place to grow up. There was a sparkling river that ran through the center of it, and farms all around us. We had all the amenities. That's probably right. Of a small town, as well. I spent most of my time with Anton, my best friend. I enjoyed swimming in nope. I had a small job for the local. Nope. I really left home. Nope. Nope. I'll say I got into a lot of trouble. Says that me. My petty actions began to grow into larger crimes as I got older. I lied. I took things that didn't belong to me and got into fights. Haha. +1 evil. +10 fighting. +10 fever and -3 willpower. I remember one day when we found a little puppy in a back alley. It looked so sad and lonely, which made me think it didn't belong to anyone. It was very dirty and had broken legs. I tasted my tail. I threw rocks at it until I died. I caught it and sold it to some orcs. I ignored it. I'm gonna put honest about health. Life. Yeah, health. Never mind. I fed it and kept it clean until its leg healed. It was a strong little dog. I got +1, +15 healing. I was 12 years old when tragedy struck. Rumors of trouble had been building for weeks, but I was a kid. I never paid it any attention. One day I saw the streets full of smoke. At first I thought it was a great dragon Tornassa breathing fire upon my village. That wasn't the case. Soon I learned that raiders were setting up fire to houses and stores. A small village was being attacked by... We'll go with orcs, because that little Natasha the bitch. Next, I wondered where King Norbert was and why his soldiers were there to protect us. I later learned that the most of the area had been attacked that year. The king really had his hands full. I did the only thing I could think of. I grabbed a sword and protected a friend. I went to the temple and looted the corpse. I looted the corpse. Let's go with that. I looted both the villages and the raiders. They were dead and their belongings were there for the taking. I even found an enchanted dagger on a dead orc. Thievery +15, gold +65, and gained enchanted dagger. The orc raiders were ruthless. Many people were killed and several buildings burned down. My parents were killed. Anton's, I was very badly. I thought my parents were killed because they're nasty bitches. I had mixed feelings. My parents had been cruel and mean, but they were still my parents, and now they were dead. I didn't go unnoticed to me that Natasha, the bully, was a half-orc like the attackers. It was just a mean-spirited thought, as Natasha had nothing to do with the raid. The attack changed everything, put an end to my carefree days as a child. I likely would have had a few more years of fun and innocence, but after the attack I had to get a job and become an adult. I got my own place and nope. I'll go to the temple orphanage. With my parents gone, I had no home to return to. The orphanage was run by local priests. They were kind-hearted people until they raped me. I became a devoted priest. I slipped out at night working as a thief, but I didn't become a priest or a thief. I slipped out at night working as a thief. I cut purses and pickpockets. Eventually, the field key took notice of me. Nobody could steal for long without getting their attention. Naturally, I joined them and gave them a cut of my profits in return for better jobs and protection. Plus 30 thievery, plus 20 thieves guild, and 40 gold. When I was 14, Natasha the bully and some friends of her friends cornered me in an alley. Out of the thought that now I was a thief, these types of things wouldn't happen. Natasha didn't see it that way. I drew my magic dagger. Remember that dog I held? He came back and he helped me fight them off. Shall I do that one? I'll do that one. Remember that dog I helped? He came back and helped me fight them off. They had me cornered when suddenly the dog dove over my shoulders and landed right on Natasha, digging his teeth into her arm. Oh, that sounds magical. While Natasha screamed in pain and surprise. The dog let go after a few minutes, and Natasha and the other bullies ran away. I knew at that moment that I could form a special bond with this wonderful animal. Did I find my familiar that day? Yes, I did. No, I didn't keep the dog. Well, that's mean. I want to keep this doggy. This is my familiar now. So I named it Max, Shadow, Killer, and Fiddle. Fiddle sounds like a pedophile. Killer is too vicious. Shadow is kind of cute. Max is kind of cute. Blub, 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 dip, dip, do. The cat's got the flu. The dog got chicken pox, so out goes you. So go with Max. Max never left my side. You're probably wondering when my magical training began. I became a mighty wizard after all. Yet so far my story has been about my childhood. I was 15 years old when I left my job as a thief. I stole a magic ring from a sorcerer who visited my village. I was going through my parents' belongings. I had seen enough magic. Right, I stole a magic ring from a sorcerer who visited. Blah blah blah. He caught me right away, making me suspect that he used magic. He was surprisingly nice about the whole thing, saying that I had likely been drawn to the ring due to my own potential to become a talented wizard. He suggested that I go to the academy in order to unlock this power. I decided to do as he suggested, and he even let me keep the ring. Gained Ruby Ring. I knew I needed a horse to get to the academy. It was in a royal city of Tornassa, many miles away. I purchased a horse. I stole a horse. I needed cash, so I decided to sell my enchanted dagger. I needed cash, so I decided to sell you know what? I'm gonna steal the horse. So I stole the horse. I took a short trip to a nearby village, where I found a horse that I liked. I snuck into the stables late one night, and it wasn't hard to take the animal out of its pen and pretend that it was my own when I returned home. I mounted up and left my village. I didn't know it at the time, but my magic would end up greatly extending my horse's lifespan. I decided to name it Blaze Dash Spirit a Prancer. A Prancer is, I think, is that one of Santa's reindeers? I think. Wait, aren't they all? Let's go with something else. Let's see what. Oh, I can name it. Okay. I call it Sparky. Cause YOLO. Needless to say, Max, my dog, came with me. I had a nice. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this first chapter of Life of a Wizard. Hope you enjoy the next chapter, which will be coming next, so watch that. And if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. You don't have to, but I will stop you if you don't. Goodbye.